Hello, my beautiful, sensitive people. It is I, Whimsy, here from Bondi Beach in Sydney. So I decided to shoot a really quick video. I'll first off show everyone who couldn't be with me today the room. Isn't that lovely? One of the things that I've been doing here to justify the fact that I took time off is I've been recording some of the plant life, and I'm going to be studying and documenting some of the local plants and how they've been used traditionally as medicine. So I thought that I would go ahead and I'll set the camera up and we'll do a reading. And then after that, you can see pictures that I took of some of the local plants that I'm going to be researching. And then I also took a picture of myself with my Australian boyfriend, Michael. I know a lot of people were curious and wanted to see him, so you'll be able to see that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and set the camera up, and we'll do a card throw for what we're going to see for the coming week. All right. Okay, so I apologize for the setup, but this is what we have. So this is what we're going to work with, and I brought my Radiance deck, and I do inversions with my deck. So I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to shuffle and find out. We'll do a communal reading for the coming week, couple weeks, just how we're all doing, the collective consciousness of the group, and let's see if there's anything that we're going to be working on, any common patterns we see. All right, so we'll do a simple prayer. I want to call on white light protection for myself and my viewers as we ask permission from Spirit to access the Akashic records. We call on our spirit guides and good angels to be with us. Give us the clarity and wisdom that is needed to empower ourselves on our journey, that we make the best decisions for ourselves, our families, for the people we love, and for the planet. And with that I say amen. Let's see what we find out. This will be the group reading. No politics today. How's everybody doing? At the end of this video, I'll also show people where your money went. Base of the matter for us. Fleeing a thief, and the thief appears as the King of Swords. So I wanted to do a reading about the group, but instead I'm getting pulled back into, I go into this energy and I'm being pulled back into DC, and I think it's just because the entire world is looking at the situation in DC. But the first thing I think about is that I really feel like the current administration's been caught. There's a attempt to flee, or a thief's card, and then we have the King of Swords there. So it's something that's part of the collective consciousness, this feeling that somebody is attempting to get away with crime. Also, another way of interpreting King of Swords could be the military, or there's some time of feeling and energetically of a crime being committed, and then there's also a feeling of the military there. Where we are at right now as a group, a feeling that we are going to be victorious, that we have been battling, and we've been battling for a while. This is an interesting card. This little tear is actually the shape of the 10th letter in Hebrew, which is the Yud, and it's actually the first letter when we say when we spell God's name, Yud K Vav K. And you can see the Yud is being symbolized as the tear, and then the laurel wreath. And I've talked about how the only true royalty on this channel is people who have survived and struggled and chosen to live the good life, chosen to be good, decent people. So that's really what this card symbolizes. It's a feeling that one has struggled, that one has fought, that one has cried, and yet they still retain their humanity, and then that they receive the laurel wreath because they've done the right thing, they've been on the right path, and despite their struggles, they did the best they could. That's the reward of the Ace of Swords. The money. So there's a feeling like the collective money situation could be a problem. People's businesses. We could be I'm concerned about October. October traditionally has been a time when we could see crashes. Financially, things could be problematic. Spiritually, however, it's a good time for people. What is above us? A lot of prayer. What's in the fourth house? The Four of Swords is to be as still as samadhi. It's that still death, that to be prayerful, but to be also silent. What we sit in our third house? Hermes, the archetype of healing, who brings the elixir and also opens the eyes. The fish eyes, we talked about that, symbolize divine wisdom, or the ability to see things clearly and objectively. What sits in our past? This is a card that has to do with emotional confusion. The Queen of Cups inverted is a card that has to do with the person who may feel emotionally gaslit or just emotionally fragile. And that sits in the past. And what sits in our future, I'm worried about the economics. We could be, the unfortunate part of all this is that when you see that inverted Queen of Pentacles moving in with the sixth house being an inverted inverted Empress, I'm a little worried that we could be seeing a shakeup with the economics in the coming weeks. But look at this: we have an inverted a devil card in the seventh house, and that would suggest breaking chains or breaking away from toxic relationships, being hooked on something, addicted to something. What is around us? The Godhead. The eighth house is the Godhead, looking towards God or Spirit. The ethos, I've also called it the card which represents the Constitution. The hope and fear that we will have, that we will be foolish. The inverted Fool card is someone who doesn't think before they leave. It's not a calculated risk. It's the person who's simply being foolish. And then the final outcome is the archetype of the King of Hearts, or again, a feeling that healers are coming in, mediators are coming in. This is a card chart that leads me to suspect that spiritually we're doing very well. This could be a time when we are beginning to break away from Trump. But it's also a feeling that the economics could be shaken up a little bit in the coming weeks. It's also a time of healers and mediators. And the clarification, you can see the Ace of Cups inverted over the Devil card would lead me to think that the love affair is over. Turning over the Wedding Cup, the relationship comes to an end. The foundation of the Constitution card, or the higher ethos, appears to be challenged. The hope and fears, an inverted Four of Pentacles again. This does not bode well for the economy. There's still a concern about a possible upset with the economy. And then the final outcome is the Nine of Wands. So we're still going into a feeling of battling. And that could also be the impeachment hearings. But collectively, as a community, we're very strong. And I think that as a community, our strength and our wisdom and our coming together as a community that helps and supports one another is the thing that's going to get us through these difficult times. All right, I want to thank everybody for watching this quick video from Sydney, Australia. Enjoy the photographs. And also be sure and check out the receipts that I have showing where people's money went. And I tried to honor the requests that people had for putting the money in the right places. All right, peace out, everyone, and we'll speak again soon. Bye.